What's going on, ladies? It is Coach Z and Coach Way here. And if you guys don't know us, we're coaches. I'm the fitness director here at Max Impact Fitness. And we said, people, we get a lot of different questions with regards to fitness. And we actually posed this question in one of our groups. And we're just going to answer some of you guys' fitness questions. So if you like and enjoy, getting your answers, getting your questions answered by some awesome fitness coaches, give this video a thumbs up and we will continue to do it. All right. So Way.
What's up?
All right. So let's go ahead and start with one that we got from Erin Johnson. And she asked, why can't chicken nuggets be healthy? So go ahead. I'll let you start with that one.
Probably because most places that have chicken nuggets, it's not real chicken, aka McDonald's.
AKA McDonald's, probably, right?
I don't know. I mean, you can make your own chicken nuggets and make them healthy. I mean, there's always healthier versions of everything.
And wasn't there a version that you made? I don't know if it was a chicken nugget. I think it was more like a chicken strip, but it was you didn't bread it, you didn't fry it. It was like, I think you might have did it in the air fryer or something like that.
In the air fryer or the oven or something. But
yeah.
I mean,
use
usually,
like breadcrumbs, not breadcrumbs.
if it's fast food and it's deep fried, then it may not be as healthy. But you can have your healthier versions, and that's fine too.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's a healthy chicken strip recipe out there, and maybe once we find it, maybe we'll share it. We just don't have one for you right out the gate. But any process, when you're eating food, you're choosing foods, you always want to pick the less processed version of whatever you're going to get. So whole foods are going to be our first bet. Nothing processed, nothing fast food. That's just going to be our general advice on that one. So let's go on to the next question.
So a little background. This is just post. We're just scrolling through and we're just answering the questions as they have been posted.
Yep.
So some of them may be a little bit sillier than others.
And some might be serious, some might be funny. We're answering them all. So post it, and if you have some as we go, just comment below and we'll go ahead and answer it live. All right. So next one. Betty Allison asks, best way to incorporate stretching into your fitness program? Before, after?
I always like to think it's best to stretch when you're a little bit warm. So even if you do a little bit of a warm up before you actually stretch is a little bit better than stretching cold muscles and joints. And so it's great to stretch after warm up when your adrenaline's still going and your body is nice and hot and warm. And you can usually stretch a little bit further and actually get into that stretch a little bit better as well. If you are going to stretch when you're still cold, I'd start with smaller, not quite static stretches, but like just ease into it. Don't just jump right into it. But a best way I think would be after your workout, or you do a little warm up and then you can stretch it out before you actually get started. Yeah,
I mean, a little bit. Stretching never hurts. So a little bit before and a little bit after. Is there? I think it's going to depend on the person, but maybe after you get the body warmed up a little bit, as Way was saying, throwing a couple of stretches now that your muscles are warmed up. And then, after you're done working out, if you got the time, I know a lot of times when people come here, they're like, boom, running out the door because they got to go get the kids or got to do their next thing. But there's people that stay and get additional stretches in. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
So, it's always a good idea to stretch. And, we can probably all do a little bit more with regards to stretching. So, and Jade mentioned using that foam roller. Foam roller is freaking excellent.
Yes, it hurts while you're doing it, and it feels great when you're done.
All right. Tori asks, when you have had the craziest day and not eaten enough calories for the day, after 8 p.m., do you eat something or do you just go to bed hungry?
Well, I don't go to bed hungry.
Me neither.
So I would drink a protein shake, or if it's late and I know I'm just getting ready to go to sleep, I might have it's those simple foods. Like I might have, if I have chicken prepared, I might have some chicken, or I might eat some fruit, or have an apple or a banana or something. But I never go to bed hungry, even if it is past 8 o'clock and even if it is late.
Right.
But my personal go-to is to drink a protein shake or have some fruit, whether it's some berries, an apple, banana, anything like that.
And if you notice in everything that she mentioned, it's all light stuff. So, and none of it was heavy carbs. So, she mentioned fruit, she mentioned a protein shake, she mentioned some lean chicken, all stuff that's very light, maybe an extra 100 calories or something like that. What you don't want to do, and you want to try and prevent, is going to bed on some heavy carbs, like, you know, eating like a big sandwich with a bunch of bread, or eating oatmeal right before bed, because carbs is what gives your body energy, and right before you go to bed, you don't need all that energy. So what's going to happen is you're going to put it in your body, and your body's going to store it up as fat later on. That's not what we want. So if you're going to eat something, have protein, fruit, vegetables, something light, just to get rid of the hunger pains, and then take your butt to bed. All right?
Yeah. And also, my rule of thumb too is if it's starting to get late and I feel like I'm hungry, if I don't want something like that and I actually want something that is not as healthy, then I might just be bored, or I might just be tired and I need to just go to sleep.
Yeah.
So it just kind of depends. If you are hungry, but you're like, oh, but that doesn't sound good, I don't want that, you might just be bored, or you might just be thirsty instead of actually being hungry. So that's a good rule of thumb to kind of follow as well. I know that's what I do, at least.
And so I guess to kind of wrap that all up, you know, protein, veggies, fruit, something light, but try and stay away from heavy, grainy carbs. That's going to give you energy that you don't need right before bed. All right. Hey, look, Tori's actually online. What's up, Tori?
Okay, we answered your question.
Look at that. All right. Michael Owens asks, what exercise can I do several times a week at home to make my booty bigger? So we'll probably just have to make a video on that one, right?
Yeah, when we can.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like squats, glute bridges, all that kind of stuff. Lots of body weight stuff. If you have weights, you can add weights.
Man, you could do a lot with those mini bands.
Yes.
Those mini bands that we use at Bootcamp that we put around your ankles. You know, those little side kicks, inside, outside squat jumps. Look, we're just gonna make a video for you, Michael, and I'm sure other people will benefit from it, and that's how we're gonna do that one. But man, get those mini bands. Look, let's do this. We'll make a mini band video just for glutes, and we'll post that.
Sounds good.
All right, coming up, Michael. We'll have that out for you, and we'll tag you when we post it.
Yeah.
It looks like Tori wants some of that too. All right. Allison, any benefits to carb cycling?
Carb cycling, there's lots of different ways to carb cycle. So
I can give my take on it first. Or my take on carb cycling, there's a time and a place for it. Whenever I recommend any type of nutrition or diet or lifestyle change, it's always going to be something that I can see you do now, and I can see you do long term. Sustainability. Because if you do something to get to a certain place in your fitness that's not sustainable, what happens once you are not doing that anymore? Usually once you stop doing that carb cycle or that special diet, those results start to go in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Right? So carb cycling has a time and a place. If you're doing it like, I got a cruise, I'm about to get in this bikini, and I'm gonna do it for a month, and that's your goal for carb cycling. Okay, we could do that. But as far as doing that as a long-term sustainable lifestyle change, I would not recommend it. If it's for a short period of time, cool. It can help you get results a little bit faster because you're taking away the carbs, so your body's starting to use fat for energy, and that's great. It's just something that's not sustainable over the long term. So keep that in mind when you're choosing what diet or lifestyle you're going to try and do, because if it's not sustainable over the long term, once you're done doing whatever that special diet is, you can see that weight coming back on. So carb cycling good and for a specific reason in a short burst, but not as a long-term thing.
I think you have to be very realistic with what your goals are and what you want to get out of it. If you're going to carb cycle, I personally won't carb cycle, and only because if I get to a certain point, say I have a certain goal that I want to meet, and I carb cycle in order to meet that goal, it's gonna be tough when I stop carb cycling and then I start seeing my numbers start to creep up. It's okay for some people, and for me, it just doesn't quite work that way because I don't want to see that. So I would personally stray away from carb cycling, but that doesn't mean that it's not. I mean, different things work for different people, and there's not a one way to do everything. So that's kind of my take on it.
Okay, so I guess I have a follow-up question. This will probably be our last question because we're planning to go about 5 minutes. Like in my example, you got a cruise, or you got a vacation, or you're getting ready to take some reunion pictures, whatever this event is, and you got 30 days to get the maximum results possible just for this 30 days. And then after that, you're going to go back to your great, lifestyle diet that you had hopefully beforehand. Would you recommend it in a case like that? Or would you just say stick with whatever your regular healthy eating lifestyle plan was before that?
I think it would still depend on the person. I mean, once you get back from vacation, if you're going to be devastated when you see the scale, like, jump up, right, if you're looking at the scale.
Right. But I guess you can't come back from that vacation and just be like, oh, screw it, right? Throw caution to the wind, right, and just do whatever the hell you want to do, right?
A lot of times when you do carb cycle or you do anything that's so restrictive, once you do go on vacation, I call it your taste buds are awakened. Like your taste buds wake up, and now it is.
That's true.
Like you are flying in the wind because you were so strict, and then you go on vacation where you're so lax, and then you come back and it's very hard to get back on track, and then you beat yourself up, and then you feel really bad about what you're doing. Once you start to feel bad about what you're doing, then you are really big to be like, F it, screw it, I'm done. You know what I mean? So it's, for me, it's not necessarily a carb cycle, it's a cycle of other things too. So it just doesn't work for me.
Okay.
But it can work for some people, so it depends. If the person is going to be okay and it's fine, then fine, carb cycle until you get into shape how you want to be for your vacation or for your cruise, and when you come back, you'll be able to like get right back on track.
And that's my perspective.
Because you can do that. For some reason, he can decide, okay, well, starting today, I'm not doing this anymore, and he doesn't. I don't work that way. So I could say I'm not doing this anymore, and an hour later I'm like, oh, maybe I'll start tomorrow, or maybe I'll start tomorrow. It doesn't work that way for me. So you have a different perspective because your body works different, your mind works different. I have a different perspective and mine doesn't. That's why it's so crazy, because different people, you can look at somebody and it works for them and you're like, why the hell is it not working for me? And it's because mind and body is different for different people.
Yeah. Very good. Very good. So we're going to wrap this Ask a Fitness Coach segment up. We're going to try and do these probably on Wednesdays. We'll try and let you guys know when we're going to do them live at a time so you guys can bring your question. If you commented with any question on this video, we'll add that into our questions when we make the next video. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the dialogue and the conversation. Thanks for posting a question. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it. And we'll continue to do more. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Have a good night, guys.
Take care.
See ya.